Night. All right. Hey y'all, love and light. It's Shay. Welcome back. Ooh, we getting windy. I'm sure y'all hearing all of that. The wind blowing in the breeze. Yeah, I mean, it's just gonna sound windy. People gonna be like this and turn down the volume. But yes, I'm here with my sister. This time we are in St. Vincent, where I am living. I just celebrated birthday. I'm gonna put this down. I'm gonna hold this. Okay. I just celebrated my birthday. So we are having like my little birthday 25 prevent a quarter life crisis and let's just live in the moment type situation. We're at the tree house. I'll insert some clips if I feel inclined to. Probably won't. We'll see. So I'm gonna throw them bad boys in right here. Yeah. So we're just gonna like talk. This is an impromptu video. Just talk about life, talk about love, talk about shit. So yeah. What you think about I don't know, since we are both millennials, though she never wants to admit
I'm not a
that
millennial.
She was born in 1989, so she's very much so.
Millennial.
She's very much so a millennial. So I guess we're gonna talk about like love from the standpoint of a millennial. So what you think about the way like we communicate as millennials and like, you know, love?
Me and you or people in general?
You can answer both.
So I feel like people in general, whenever it comes to love, are like, if they are at a certain age and don't have love, it's very hard for them to communicate it.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever it comes to that,
like wanting
it, admitting that they want it,
mm-hmm.
Finding it, like all aspects of love is kind of hard for millennials. I think mainly it's because of social media and like technology and the lack of communication skills that people have, and how people are so dismissive whenever it comes to communicating, unless it's like through social media, which is the dumbest shit ever. I feel like with me and you, whenever it comes to love, we're kind of old-fashioned in the sense where we are like, we want to find something organic. So walking down the street and a dude be like, oh my God, you're so beautiful, and then it's love at first sight type
hey,
shit.
little mama. Yo, you thick as hell. Come over here real quick.
Right, like, that's our love language.
Oh my God.
Hood shit.
Oh my God.
And so that's very hard to find because once again, people don't know how to communicate. Even like if you guys are friends, they don't know how to be like, oh my God, like I'm in love with you, blah blah blah. They just rather dance around the shit.
Even if you dating.
Even if you are dating.
Yeah. Or you are like just fucking around. I feel like a whole bunch of people have a hard time communicating like,
right,
I like you, or like I'm scared to like you. Because I think that's a big issue too, that like millennials.
Rejection. Everybody's scared of rejection.
Rejection, and also the fear of committing to something and something else better comes along. But I will say, I think that like whenever you're in any relationship, I think that'll cause damage to anything. Like to have that thought that like there's something better out there. So like I might be jumping the gun because there might not be something better out there, or that this might be best for you in the moment. But I think when it comes to love, if both the parties love each other, right? Like I might be with somebody, and though I don't believe in divorce, you saw it?
Yeah, he tried to get it.
Though I don't believe in divorce, right? Like I think if I was married, if I love somebody enough and like something better did come along for them, I think that's really a part of love. And I don't think we take time to realize, right? Like if you actually really do love someone and something better is for them, you will take the time to understand and love them and let them move on to something better.
Right.
But I think that's hard to even like fathom and think about.
Right.
So it's complicated. And I think that's a lot of the issues that millennials have. Like,
it's not that complicated though.
True. But I think what is complicated is fear, because I think most fears are irrational.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also very simple to tell yourself, I'm on bullshit right now. It's not that deep.
Right.
It's not that scary. Because if you just live in the moment, like I think most fear is based off people not living in the right now, people living in the past, and people living it too much in the future.
Right.
But you can't really live in either one of those spaces because you don't know what they are.
I also feel a lot of fear comes from not knowing your own personal potential, or like if you have some type of belief and faith in a higher being, you don't necessarily have that, because if you live in fear, then it's like, then what do you actually believe in something? If you claim to believe in something, like, no, you don't.
Right.
So I feel like if people took the time to look outward versus like only within themselves and only within their minds, and they will understand like shit is really not that deep. Life is kind of easy. We just make it difficult.
Yeah. Every choice we make difficult too, like from what you want to eat, where you want to go, what you want to do.
Yeah, and it's a lot of people that be like, oh my God, I just don't know. It's like, bitch, pick something. Like, what the it's really not that. If you find, literally there's two options. You either do it and you don't like it, or you either don't do it.
Right.
Or if you do it and you don't like it, you always had an option to just go with another option. Like, it's really not that serious. I feel like people just beat themselves up for the really the dumbest shit.
Yeah. And sometimes you have to make the like wrong choice, which I don't believe there is a such thing as a wrong choice, even if it's something wild. I don't think there's ever a wrong choice. I think there's just a choice that you take and you learn something from it. So you might learn that that was perfect for me. I'm set. Yeah. And I think there's a lot of people that do that, like with relationships. Like there are some people that, you know, they find this person in high school and then they end up being with that person for the rest of their life and it works out perfectly fine.
Yeah.
There are people that find somebody in high school and it'd be the worst thing that they feel like they could have ever done, but they learn something from it, whether that be I need to grow, or that person wasn't right, but they taught me something about myself, whatever it might be.
Yeah.
There are some people that find somebody in high school, have a kid at 15, and then they can co-parent perfectly fine, and they find somebody else later in life and it teaches them something. So with every choice, I think that there is a lesson, and whatever that lesson is valid to each person. But I think people literally beat themselves up too much because they live in a what if like headspace, and what ifs are just that, like, you don't know.
Exactly.
Even people that are like, oh my God, if this never would have happened to me, my life would be better. And it's like,
you don't know that.
You don't really know that.
Nope.
Even when it comes to like money, and I know you and I have had this conversation, like some people are like, if I would have grown up with money, if I would have grown up with these opportunities, I would have been a better person. And it's like,
no,
you might not have been.
Right.
Like there are so many people that actually grow up with money and they be the worst people.
Yep.
There are people that grow up with nothing that be the best people. There are people that grow up with nothing and be the worst people.
Yeah.
Like all of this, there are people that grow with a lot and be great.
Mm-hmm.
All of this is just very situational, and there are certain things within your life that you have 100% control over, and there are certain things in your life that you have 0 control over.
Yeah.
So the only thing you can do is where you have control, where you have those pockets of control, you got to take those opportunities and really just invest all your energy into that. And I think that surfaces in love too. Like you don't really have the choice to not have your heart broken. The shit is gonna happen.
Right.
So you can't really be afraid of getting your heart broken or being scared. It's like you just need to go ahead and live.
Right.
You don't have no other choice.
Right. Just deal with it and move on.
Yeah.
Because everybody gonna get their heart broke. Who gives a shit? You
have to. Even if, like, think about sensitive people who get their heart broken over what we would perceive as being dumb, but it's not. Like, it's valid for them.
Right.
There are people that get their heart broken for situations that they put themselves into, but at the end of the day, like, it was real for them.
Right.
The people that get their heart broken by strangers. So you're going to get your heart broken, so you might as well have fun. You might as well, like, if there's that person that you like, or if there's, like a concept that you want to put your all into, and you meet somebody that you like in whatever that thing might be, like, just explore it. And just realize that you'll never know what happens until you do it. And if that feels right for you in the moment, like, fuck it, go for it.
Right.
If it don't feel right for you, then don't. But don't live in like a headspace of like, if I would have done that, blah, 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 that's the one that got away. Like, the concept of the one that got away is just like, your ass is just living off something that you ought not to. Because little do you know, if that's the one that got away, they going to come back.
Exactly.
Like, there's so many videos of that happening where people they was together in high school, and then they broke up, and then they be like 60 years old, and they caught a bug. Or is that a...
I don't even see that.
It's right here. See
it? I see it. The fuck is that?
I actually don't know what it is. I thought it was a bug, but now it just looked like something.
Things are weird.
Anyway, but it'd be people that really find that person that got away. So like the concept of the one that got away, I don't even think exists. I think that you gonna find the person that you're supposed to be with. And some people don't realize that the person that you're supposed to be with, you might not have to be with them for the rest of your life. You might have found the person that you were supposed to be when you was with them.
Yeah.
But I think happiness looks different on different people, because some people, happiness for them is being with a whole bunch of people.
Right.
Some people, happiness is being with nobody.
Some people, happiness is through kids.
Exactly.
Or through loneliness, or
through nature.
Through
having a whole bunch of animals.
Yep.
So it looks different for all of us. It's a real different concept.
Right.
And I think if we just learn to love experiences, and if we learn to love the moment in life, like, we would all be very happy.
Right.
Yeah, you got anything else to say about love?
I would just say self-love is the most important. So you can't really love anybody else wholeheartedly and like understand them as a person and where they're coming from, how they think, or just being open to anything that they might bring to you until you love yourself. And I feel like the only way that you can actually love yourself is to get to know yourself. So you should know you better than anybody else in the world. You should know, like, whenever you feel...
Look, I was shaking a little bit too much. Awesome. Okay, so this wraps up that video. Self-love, right?
Wait, stop.
Awesome.
Okay. Awesome. Yeah, you just have to... I know, I was looking like...
Yeah.
You just have to understand who you are. Like, figure out who you are first. Then, once you know who you are, if the wind blow and you know the wind is blowing that way, then you know exactly what mood you're going to be in. That's knowing you. Knowing whenever you... Just being in tune with yourself. Like, you should know everything about yourself. Your body, your mind, your soul, your feelings, your strengths, your weaknesses, like all that shit. So yeah, self-love is number one. Number two is being open to loving and being loved.
That's important.
That's like the most important, because I feel like either a lot of us are open to loving but not open to being loved, and then we push people away. And then, like, where's love? And then some people are open to being loved but don't want to actually love. And then that also pushes people away, because it's like, I'm not about to give you my all if you're not giving me anything.
Yeah.
And
I think, and piggybacking off of that, like, it's important to know that you deserve it.
Yes.
And the person that you are around deserves it too. Like, as human beings, we all deserve
feeling good.
Yeah. And being loved.
Yeah.
And that comes in like various parts, right? So like, for a lot of people, a lot of that, like, connected into that is sex. Connected into that is spending time with somebody, like going back to love languages.
Yeah.
And if your love language is somebody telling you like you're beautiful and you are deserving and blah, 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 whatever it might be. Like, you deserve that. And if the person that you with, they love language is, like physical touch and physical, like, I don't know, acts of love, like they deserve that too.
Right.
And I think a lot of that goes into compromise, because a lot of people, I think, feel that that's not what I like, so I'm not going to do that.
Right.
But
love
you have to
has
compromise.
a certain amount of compromise. Not saying that you need to settle or not saying that you need to change yourself for the next person, but you also have to come to some terms of, all right, fuck, like, they like this one thing and it's not against my means of what I feel uncomfortable with, so let me just do this.
Mm-hmm.
And vice versa. Like, if you like to be told that you're beautiful and the person is not telling you anything like you don't want to hear, then you just need to find somebody else.
Yep.
Like, it's just that simple. Like, especially if they don't want to compromise for you, and it's something so small but makes you feel grand.
Yeah.
So those things are key. Like, you can't be happy in a relationship if you don't get at least the major things that you feel like you need and deserve and want in a relationship.
Yeah. And love is compromise. Even self-love is compromise. So
Right.
Like work, for example, you have to compromise with certain things. Like, okay, I need time for myself, but I also need to make money.
Right.
And not everybody is blessed enough to like love what they do at all times.
Right.
So you need to make money, but you also need to travel. You need to make money, but you also need to spend like half of your day alone. Right. So you need to make those compromises. Like, I deserve this. I need to do this for myself because I love myself. So I'm not going to like bust my ass this week because I want to be selfish with like money.
Right. I also just think people need to do whatever works for them. Like, a lot of people work perfectly fine off of being around people 24/7, and that's what makes them feel good. And if that's what works for you, then go for it.
Right.
But like a person like me, like, I need to be left the fuck alone at least like one good day out of the week or 2 good days out of the week, and then that's me like replenishing, and then I'm good. And some people cannot operate off of that, which is perfectly fine. But you should be doing whatever works for you and what makes you feel good and whatever gets you through your life.
Yep. And don't let nobody else tell you that what you're doing is wrong.
Right.
Because nobody else can tell you what's wrong for you.
Right.
And if they try to, okay, thank you for that insight. Thank you for that input. Thank you for your reality. It's not my reality.
Right.
So I appreciate it, but you can't really tell me nothing about me.
Exactly.
That's really all that is.
I think those like the 2 major things whenever it comes to love, or 3 major things, is self-love, compromise, and being open to loving and being loved.
Yeah.
The rest will come. Yeah, it's just that fucking simple.
Yep. All right, y'all. We signing out. We felt like we wanted to share the love since we like are surrounded by so much love and really surrounded by, our love languages, which is, it's not even a love language. This is just like, this is what the fuck I like to do.
Right.
I like to be in nature.
Right. Traveling
for her.
Yeah.
And with our sisters, like with my sister. So, all right, y'all. I hope y'all have a good day. I hope this was insightful. I hope you all enjoyed the discussion. All right. Mwah. I think that was cute. Awesome. The wind was on that cookie and shit. Oh, this is still recording.